Hey guys, Grant Davis here. Hey, I'm going to take just a couple minutes and try to explain what credit enhancement bonding and insurance is and what it isn't. Number one, it's not for everybody. It doesn't work. It's not a silver bullet or a golden magic wand, but it does work, and it's worked very well for several of our clients. Some large mixed-use developments we've helped get their funding, and as well as we've also helped now even just some businesses that are buying other businesses. Recently just helped one of those put their deal together using the same concepts. So here's what it is. There's three parts to this. Part number one is credit positioning. Credit positioning is usually what's done by private placement people or people that are helping you get ready to get your money. They're helping you position your business so that you can get the credit. Part three is credit placement. Those usually are all you had to do. Credit positioning and credit placement up until 2007 probably was about all you needed to do. The piece that we do is the middle piece, credit mitigation. Matter of fact, I call ourselves the 10-cent part. Basically, you guys you built the machine, you've got it all ready to go, and you turn on the ignition and nothing happens. We're that little part that connects the ignition wire to the battery. Credit mitigation. In a nutshell, it's this. Risk management at the highest level I've been aware of, the highest level I could read about or know anyone that does, risk management. And that doesn't mean just insurance risk management. We created and copywrote a funds control program. As just one example, we know how to use that. We know how to use bonding in lieu of a standby letter of credit. Who would have thought of that? We've created some interesting things. Plus, if you look at our home price protection program that we put together, if you think about it, that's kind of the same idea here. We're taking the risk away of buying a house. Well, here we're taking the risk away of making this loan. So what we do is we at the very highest level of risk management, and I got to include professional salesmanship in here, and I don't mean the cliches. I mean a professional salesman who understands how his product or service can help satisfy someone's needs and take care of something they've got. So we got to take this very complicated thing, and it's a lot, and then I got to summarize it into just maybe, some of them have been 8 pages, 12 pages. The last one that I did was a little over 20 pages, but that's the summary. So it's a foot and a half of paper summarized into 20 pages. But I always say this: if I have to be able to take this complicated stuff that most people don't know all about, and I have to be able to present it in a manner that anybody, and I always look to a high school class and say, high school freshman class of average freshmen can follow me from point A to point Z and say, oh yeah, I see what you've done, how you've done it, and how come it's going to work. So it starts off with being absolutely correct and true, which is good math, basically. And then it has to be easy to understand and accept. And then it goes back to due diligence, which is done usually by you guys, some of you that are looking at this are attorneys, and it has to be. So you guys then, it's called picking it apart, but I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, you say, okay, you're looking at it, hey, I see this thing, I see what you're saying, prove it. And then we have to prove it. So it does take a little bit to prove it. So what do we need? We need a good project that makes financial sense and the math works, and you need a motivated lender, joint venture partner, or somebody that wants to put the deal together. If we can get 2 motivated people to put it together and are looking for a way to put it together, we're the 10-cent part. That's the best way to describe what we can do. So there's credit positioning, there's credit placement. That's not what we do. We do credit mitigation, which is credit enhancement, bonding, and insurance. But it's not just bonding and insurance, it's all kinds of stuff mixed inside of there. So I hope that helps you. The best thing you can do is give us a call. Now, that being said, we're a little bit behind because we've got projects stacked up that we're working on. We have some that we're trying to help finish get closed. We have some that have already closed, and now we have some new ones that are knocking on our door. And we're trying to quickly say, hey, we can help you or we can't. Because no sense working on things we don't think are going to work, and move on. So be a little patient with us, but do call us. Here's a little bit more information. But this is interesting, and this is a big deal because I believe that we've developed 2 things that are going to make a difference in our country. Number one, if we can secure 20% of the market value of a house for a new home buyer, which is our other product we just developed and kicking off January 2012 after almost 4.5 years of working on it. We have an A-rated company behind that. That's going to help, we hope. The second thing right now is this, and this has been working. So this is not something new. We've been probably 3 years ago was the first time we kind of discovered this as we were working on putting together funding for a movie studio, and just kind of fell together, and now we see that it's working again, and it does work. So anyway, thanks for your time, and I hope to hear from you soon. Thanks a lot.